The best way to stretch your hamstrings without aggravating your lower back is by laying on your back. There's the least amount of pressure between your vertebral vertebrae. So come to a position where your knees are bent, feet as wide as your mat apart from each other. You can lift and spread your toes here a little bit and then move your knees slowly from side to side. Align one movement with an inhale, the other movement with an exhale. You can hold on to your elbows above your head. Now let's move on to a twist. So you shift your hips to the left with your feet and knees stacked on the top of each other. Move them to the right. Take a deep breath in and turn your chest towards your left, and then push your hand into your knee to increase the twist. Always careful that your body agrees with what you are doing. Then from here you shift your hips over towards the right first. Feet are still stacking. Move your knees to the left. Now bring your attention to your torso. Breathe in deeply and rotate your torso to the right. Then, with a little tone in your legs, push your hand into your left thigh and press it down. Breathe through your nose if you can. All right. Now it's time for the hamstring stretch. Pull your right knee towards you, just below the knee, and every time you exhale, pull it a little closer towards your chest. Bend your left leg, grab your strap, and put it around the ball mount of your big toe and the ball mount of your pinky toe. You have the most amount of power to press your foot into the strap that way. Bend the knee and tone the muscles of the front of your thigh, your quads. Keep them toned and extend the leg. Repeat it again. Pull the thigh a little closer. Firm the muscles of your thigh. Without losing that, straighten your leg. Your body will tell you if you can go closer or closer. If there is too much tension on the attachment point of the hamstrings on the sitting bones, this will not feel good anymore. At some point, just keep the leg straight all together. Keep the muscles of the front chain of your leg firm. And every time you exhale, move your foot a little closer towards your face if there is not too much tension on your hamstrings. All right, let's do this on the other side. First, hold on to the front of your left shin with both hands. Breathe in deeply and use the exhale to move your knee to your shoulder. Repeat a few times. Bend your right leg and place your strap around the ball mount of your big toe and your little toe. Once that's the case, then you extend your right leg back down to the floor. And we will repeat what we did on the first side. First, you bend your leg, move the thigh towards you and firm the quads, then straighten the leg to stretch the hamstring. It is important that the quads stay firm through the entire time. The quads, if you remember, are in charge of straightening your knee. So bring all your attention to the tone in your thighs, front of your thighs, as you now move your foot closer towards your face. Pay attention that the low back and the hamstring, specifically where it attaches to the sitting bones, agrees with that. A little counter pose with your knees bent. Lift your hips up a few times. You can press your elbows into the floor just to bend the other way for a brief moment. Here we go. Let's move on. From here, come to all fours. Hands a little wider than shoulder width apart. Knees hip width apart. Extend your right leg and just push back throughout the heel to lengthen your calves a little bit. Nice. So again, it's stretching the whole back chain of your body. Don't push too much. Take your right leg forward and come into a low lunge. Blocks can be very helpful if you have very tight hamstrings. Place your hands onto your front knee. Firm your legs by drawing your heel and your knee towards each other. They don't move. It's just an isometric contraction. Rotate your torso towards the right. It's always helpful to do a twist before a hamstring stretch. Somehow they seem to lengthen with more ease after a twist. Shift your left knee further back until your front leg is straight. You will know by yourself, based on what your hamstring is telling you, on how high the blocks need to be. So the front knee is bent first. You spread your toes, firm the front of your legs, and then with an exhalation, straighten the front leg while the quads are being firm. Breathe. Keep your facial muscles relaxed. Alright, so now we can see if you maybe can place your hands into a lower position. Then you do it again. You bend your knee first. Firm the muscle on the front of your thigh. Keep them firm to straighten the leg all the way. Hold the straight position and breathe. Wait for your brain to be convinced that you are doing this pose with full awareness and respect for your body. If you need to go deeper in order to feel the full stretch, go ahead. Just make sure that this decision comes from your body and not from your mind. To me, this is how self-love and self-care looks like. Good, and then to come on back out, use your blocks to be safe. Go back to all fours. And let's do the calf stretch just a little bit. Bring in also a little bit of mobility into your ankles, both sides. It's nice to push on an exhale. Arms are straight, as you can see. Time for the second side. Low lunge. Feet are hip-width apart. Place your hands on your knees. Draw your left heel and right knee towards each other. This will firm your legs. Over this strong foundation, you can now turn your chest and torso towards the left. It's a very simple twist here, so don't over pull on your front leg. Now we are ready for the hamstring stretch. Move your back leg back until your front leg can straighten. Use blocks if needed. At first, bend your front leg. Firm the muscles of your front thigh and wait for your exhale to straighten the leg fully. Stay here, keep breathing through your nose with your attention on your hamstring. At some point, you will get the notice from your hamstring that you can go deeper. When that's the case, put the blocks in a lower position. Firm the muscles above your kneecap by lifting your kneecap to straighten the leg. Stay in this position and breathe. Relax your face. And now you might be able to go even deeper. If you can handle more detail, make also sure that the muscles of your glutes and pelvic floor, low belly are firm. There is more protection for the joints, and the brain will let the hamstring lengthen even more because it feels that you are doing something safe, something beneficial for yourself. Then bend your front leg. You just utilize the blocks to slowly come back out, and for a brief moment, sit on your heels. Alright, last round. Come on to standing. Place your hands onto your front thighs and bend your knees first. So your hips will shift back in this place. Then start with the right leg back. Back leg is all the way straight right away, but we are stretching the hamstrings of the left leg here first. Quads are strong. Straighten the leg like you did in all the other postures. So rather than thinking, oh, how much can I stretch my hamstring? See if you can concentrate more on how much can I protect this muscle by firming the muscles of the front chain, by firming the muscles around the hip, even the deep core muscles. And then you just wait. The tension on the hamstrings will start to shift and soften, and that's your cue to bow more forward. If this cue doesn't come, you do not bow more forward. Here's a little extra Ardha Chandrasana or half moon. It's a good hamstring stretch on the front thigh. You can use a block if the floor seems far away from you. All right, both feet down to the floor. And then we are almost ready for the last part. Come on up to standing once again. And now bend your knees again and step your left leg back. If you need the blocks, have them right next to your front foot, not too far forward. I see that sometimes in class, right next to your front foot, underneath your shoulders. See if you remember anything we've done so far, or if your body now understands the action that you have been doing will actually be safe. Concentrate on the firmness specifically of the muscles between your kneecap and the front of your hips. Be patient to wait for the hamstring to give you the check for a deeper stretch. How do you know it's not painful? How do you know you can breathe with ease? And you could even smile if you wanted to. All right, and here our little cherry on the cake, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Hand can be on the floor or on the block. On the block is a little easier, the floor is not so far away. Lower both hands down, step back, come down to your knees. Time to rest in child's pose. Sit on your heels, join your palms together in front of your heart. Thanks for joining me.